This is beautiful. Look how quick and easy we can make any niche. It takes literally less than a minute. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to iScale POD. My name is Zay, and this is Power Templates Part 2, where I'm going to keep showing you the strategy I use to make over $500,000 in profit on Amazon. See, when you already have a template that's known to sell, you can focus your time on making the edits and the ideas rather than the design. And you could get a lot done in less time using the strategy. So I'm going to give you the PSD file once again, and then you can use it for free on Photopea. So this is a strategy that doesn't cost any money at all. And we're going to show you how easy it is and how much time it's going to save you. And most importantly, how much money it can make you. Let's go in. So this is Flying Research. I like to use this when the Amazon search results page is too messy, right? And I put things I do in my spare time. And when you look at this, these are all selling, right? The lowest BSR is 94,000 with cars. There's a lot of here that have to do with cars. So cars is a big one. But this works for so many niches, this design. Just look at this. Look at all these sellers: cars, boats, guns, roller coasters, airplanes, more cars, cube puzzles. I mean, come on. This can go into so many different niches. Just imagine if you had a template like this. Today's your lucky day, because we are going to make a template for this so you can make sales in whatever niches don't have this yet. There's a lot of niches that don't have this design in them. And you're going to find those niches and you're going to make sales in those niches. Or maybe even the ones that do have them. I mean, look at this. This is plenty. And I think this is social proof that says this is a selling design and you got to take advantage of it. You'd be crazy not to take advantage of this. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to build the template, and then we're going to go over it and I'm going to show you how it works. All right, so this is the template right here. I've made it with fishing to start, and then we're going to start editing this, and I'm going to show you how to edit everything. All right, so first of all, these little lines, these little stripes or whatever you want to call them, that's what I call the title icons, right? And you could click right here and title icons, click to edit, and that'll open this. And you could put anything else in here just so you can see for sure like that it works. I'm just going to do that as dumb as it looks just to show you. I hit Control S, and now they both change over here. So it's a quick and easy way to change both things. We're gonna undo that, and you don't have to. You could just take them off completely. So right here where it says title icon, you could just take them off if you want to. Another thing you could do is do a color overlay if you want to make them a certain color, or you could do a gradient overlay and put a gradient on them too. And technically you could put a clipping mask in there, but I don't know. I just don't think that you will for this one. But if you wanted to, you could take these clipping mask right here, bring it right above the title icon, right? And then just right click, clipping mask, and now they have a clipping mask in there. Less likely that you would do that, but I just want you to know that it is an option, and there it is there. And you could put as many on top of that as you want and stack clipping mask on top of each other. Like if I want to put that one in, now that one's in there, right? You take that one off, the one beneath it shows. So I just wanted to show you that that's still there, just like the last one we did. And it's always going to be an option. And this template, I don't think you're going to use it as much. But that's, it's always there. Look, like you got this, the tie-dye one you could put there. Then you would just make a copy of it, bring it up here, and now it's on both, right? You could even take this and make another copy of it if you wanted to and put it in the title text, right? So you could put these anywhere and you just clip mask them into the group and they'll be in there, all right? So now you got to start learning how to move these around where you want them. This is our second template. We're going to start getting better and better at understanding how these work. So the title icon, I showed you how to change. Now the text title, there's no smart object for the text title because they just change right here. But what you can do is, let's say you don't like this font, or you have a set of favorite fonts that you always use. What you should do is put all the fonts here, because the first time you do it and you change the font, you might have to like switch up. You might have to resize and stuff, right? So let's try something here, right? Change it to Luckiest Guy. And as you see, it now needs to be resized. So that's why I like to put all kinds of different ones here, so that once you resize it, it's good to have these here, and then you could just, quick and easy. So also remember, these can change color too, things I do in my spare time. You just hit, color overlay, and that can turn into whatever color you want. Right now it's on gray. So just take off color overlay, keep it white, but that's a quick and easy way to change the color as well. All right. And you can do that to any of these. So remember, just double click on this empty space and it pulls this up, and you can hit color overlay and then keep that on there for future reference if you want to. All right. For now, we'll just keep it off. So the actual main smart image, which is the fisherman right now, and that's done over here. So click to edit smart image. So we go twice right here, right? And this is where we edit it. So let's say I put it upside down, hit Control S. Now they're all upside down. And this is where we quickly edit. Let me take off this, take that off right there. That was the tie-dye thing, right? So that looks ridiculous, but I'm just showing you that everything does work, right? So smart text, right? The word fishing is the smart text. So we're going to change the smart text to learning, because that's what we're doing, right? We learning. Hit Control S. And now they all change to the word learning. And it just says talk about learning, think about learning, dream about learning, watch learning, research learning. Now, go, you might have to change the word go depending on what niche you use, right? So these are what I call action words. And that's where you find, or action text, I'm sorry. And that's where you find them right here, right? So if you need to change them, they're here, but you could just also double click right there and change it to whatever you want, right? But I'm just showing you where they are because you can also do a color overlay on this too. And this smart text is inside that the action text folder, so that the colors will affect all of it together. And you could do the same thing with the fonts here if you want. Change the fonts here, or if you just want to do it, here you could do it too. And remember, you could change this font, ugly as that is. I'll just show you. It changes to that. Control Z, undo it. So let's go back to how everything was before. I'm just Control Z on everything. Okay, so that's how everything works. You know how to change the action words, you know how to change the smart text, and you know how to decorate everything, and you know how to change the smart image, right? So boom, this is perfect. We got everything we need now to start making new designs. So let's go over to Amazon and see, hey, what should we start making, right? Now, there's already a whole bunch of these, so maybe we wanted to get into new niches. Maybe we want to get into niches that are already there. So when we come in here, we could do things I do in my spare time, and then whatever niche you're thinking about getting into. Sharks. Did they do sharks already? Let's find out. Okay, so there are some shark shirts for this. How many? Is it a lot? Are they selling? I don't know. Now, here's the good news about these templates that I really love is that you kind of can make these fast anyway, but they also look kind of boring, right? So here's the thing I like to do. I don't like to just say no to a niche where you could possibly make a sale. So this is what I'm going to do. I go into Flying Research, or you could go into regular Amazon. I don't like the search results page and the mess that it gives. This is actually a trend going on right now. If you want to get into that one. But I look at all the winning elements and look at what's been selling and see, what do we have in common in a lot of these? What's the theme that they all have that I can use? Like this one, it's a cool little shark, glasses. Oh, look, glasses. Okay, so that's something I could do actually. We could take a shark that has glasses on instead of using the old, regular shark image. So I'm not going to research too much. I mean, you know what? I'm going to upload into this niche and see if I can make a sale. So it says things I do in my spare time. We could change that up. It doesn't have to stay on there. And I feel like we could add some comedic value if you do stuff like things I do while procrastinating, right? So now it's not just as simple as things I do in my spare time. We have an actual comedic element now, and we just kind of giving it more value. So the first thing I'm going to change after that is going to be the icons, right? Put the shark silhouette in there, turn off this one, or we could get rid of it, or you could keep it in there. You could delete it if you don't think you'll ever use it. I like to keep everything in there because you never know, right? So I'm going to hit Control S. I'm going to make it white actually for now, so we figure out what we want to do. So color overlay, they're white, and just like that, we have two sharks on the top of the image, which are simple silhouettes. Now, for the main image, I don't want to use a silhouette because it seems like they already did that. It's not selling well. So let's go right here, which says click to edit smart image. We're just going to double click this. I'm going to pause, go to ideogram, and make a shark real quick. All right, so I got a shark from ideogram, just very simple, right? Just like you saw, sharks with glasses are selling very well. So I'm going to make it as big as possibly can make it without going over. And boom. All right, I'm going to turn off the fisherman. I'm going to hit Control S. And there you go. But I don't want that color overlay, right? I want to see the actual shark. So where am I? Where is title text, action text? Where is my smart image? Right here. So here's my smart image, and you see there's a color overlay. I don't want that right now. I'm not using the silhouette anymore. When you use a silhouette, you could use this, but I'm not. So I'm going to turn it off, and there's my shark. So just like that, I feel like it's already a better image. And then last thing we got to do is smart text and go sharks and hit Control S. And there's everything I want. So got to change go. And just like that, look how quick we made a new design. So I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about things because the design is so easy to make, you know? And then that's what I love about power templates. We can easily just keep going with this. And let's say if you really wanted to cross niche a little bit more, turn this into a holiday design. Okay. Let's say things I do during the holidays. Boom. Watch this. So let's go to the sharks, the icons, and we're going to turn that a Santa hat. Hit Control S, and they got the color overlay on them, which I'm going to turn off. So that's on the title icon right here, color overlay off. And now we got our little Santa hats. So here's our little holiday shark now, right? Hit Control S, and boom. Now, just like that, look how quick we now have a new design. Take off the background, save as PNG. And this is what I mean, man. You can make so much stuff so quickly, and the whole design is made for you. You don't even got to research a niche. You just have fun with this. Just keep doing stuff no matter what. Even if it's crowded, find a way to do something different that no one has done. Things I do during the holidays, hang out with sharks, and the shark it's a Christmas shark, right? So this really does work. And people who love sharks and love Christmas, they might just have to do this, right? Cross snitch. Remember all the cross snitching? Like anime and ramen. Imagine if you things I do while eating ramen. And then you put watch anime. This is how cross snitching works. And you could just look at everything that's happening, that's selling, and find a way to incorporate it and talk to Chat GPT. That's all you got to do. It's very easy to do. This stuff can really be fun. So I actually have a long prompt, right, that I'm going to put in the comments that you could give Chat GPT. And it just makes everything really easy. It gives things that you could change the title to, things I do when I'm not crying, things I do while overthinking. That's a good one. Everybody loves to overthink, right? Things I do as an introvert works really well. There's more ideas, dinosaurs, true crime. That's actually a good one. I know true crime sells a lot. True crime, wine, and bed by 9. I remember those designs, right? Things I do in my spare time, true crime. I don't think these are selling. But look at this design. Like, let's be honest. The design could be the reason. But look how fast we could do it. Let's not overthink it, right? Let's say I just want to get into the niche. I don't care. I'm not going to sit there and research all day. Things I do while drinking wine. Boom, fit perfectly in there. So let's change our icons. Control S. So where is our title icon? Right here. Color overlay. I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to change this to red. All right. So that's going to have to be there. Things I do while drinking wine. We got the red wine cups. And then we're going to change the smart text to true crime. That should be good. And boom. So definitely can't put hang out, obsess over true crime, right? Watch true crime, research true crime, talk about true crime. So we need that knife with the blood on it. So let's go to our smart object. All right, let's turn off the shark, hit Control S, and boom. Things I do while drinking wine. And now we have a true crime design, just like that. So whether it's active or not, look how quick and easy it is to make this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Look how quick and easy we can make any niche. It takes literally less than a minute, right? The longest thing it takes is to find the images you're going to use. But actually putting them in the design takes seconds. It takes seconds. And now as another example, because I actually saw that one of the ones selling was soccer, right? So I'm like, let me see how crowded that niche is. And when I go into soccer, I know that this one sold recently, and I want to know if there's anything I could do to make better designs than the ones that are already made and add value to this design. So when we open the soccer niche, right away, what's the common theme? Dabbing, right? Look at this: dabbing, 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 dabbing. Everybody dab. We can make a soccer ball dabbing like this and use that instead of the regular silhouette. All right, so to change this for soccer, let's say somebody wants to play soccer during the summer, right? And I'm gonna put my plans for summertime, right? We could probably pick a better font, I agree, but for the sake of time, we're just gonna use this one, all right? Because I go crazy when looking for fonts. I start to slow down. So first thing we gotta do is change this icon, hit Control S, and boom, we got our icons there. It actually looks good in red, but we'll see what color to change it to. So obsess over, so we're gonna do play soccer, right? Play, and then we're going to change our smart text. Boom. Play soccer, watch soccer, research soccer. Boom. Only thing left is getting our soccer icon. So we're going to click on the smart object to edit. Boom. Had this made in ideogram. So now we have something that's a top selling element that we know is on the best sellers list. And boom. Let's change the color of the icon. Let's go to color overlay and let's just switch it to, I guess, white is best. We could do a color from the sock. I like to, yeah, you know what? Put it like that for now. You now have a soccer design that's better than the original because you have a top selling element, and hopefully this will stand out amongst everything. And this can now make a sale. I'm obsessed with how quick and easy this is, man. This is just crazy. You could get into niches so fast. Imagine if you just did this all day. You know, how many designs you could come up with. Let's see if we could find something that's not been used yet. French Bulldog. And there's none. I could get into this right now, right? There's absolutely none. I mean, this is easy to get into. This should be extremely easy. I mean, people do obsess over French Bulldogs, so this shouldn't be an issue at all. Ooh, French Bulldog silhouette. Hit Control S. All right, there's our Frenchies. They could probably be a little bigger. You know, you can make them bigger if you want to. Things I do in my Frenchie era. My Frenchie era. Yeah, play with Frenchies, I think is the best thing to do. So let's smart click and let's call it Frenchies. Hit Control S. Boom. Play with Frenchies, watch Frenchies, research Frenchies, talk about Frenchies, think about Frenchies, dream about Frenchies. And in this case, we're going to hit Control S. And boom. So we're going to go now. Remember, we have the option to change the colors. We're going to go and hit color overlay on the smart image. Right. So color overlay on the title icon and make it the same color as that. Now, one cool thing here, we could use this hue saturation if we want to, and we could just hit the slider and pick whatever colors we want. Right. That looks pretty cool. There it is. You now have a Frenchie design. This is awesome. Look how quick we made this. Now, what we can do also, I think, just for fun, going to ideogram, make a Frenchie. Why not make as many variations as you can, right? That's another pro tip. Don't just make one. You got this design so easy to make anything you want at the click of a button. So let's just make one quick change. Boom. So I made this an ideogram. Hit Control S and boom. So color overlay, take it off. And now we have that. But because of the hue saturation, we take that off. And now we have our Frenchie making the heart symbol. We don't like that this is green. So what we're going to do to the title icon, we're going to change the color overlay. And what I like to do is you click on it and then you come to the actual image and just pick the color from the image, right? So you could pick red, you could pick the pinkish color. We'll just keep it on red. So now it matches the color with this. And there's another design. I mean, just like that. This is beautiful. Look how quick and easy this is. This is just doesn't stop. I could just, keep going. Sometimes I just like to go through bestsellers and see what I can make that's actually selling, right? This raised on old school hip hop. I think that's a good niche to get into. Let's see what we could do. So I'm just gonna put things I do in my spare time, and let's get a cassette tape. It's gonna be for old school hip hop. Hit Control S. So for my icons, I'm gonna do the same thing. So for title icon, let's take off that color overlay, right? What I'm gonna do is colorize, and now I got a purple tape. This is actually a famous old school hip hop tape called the purple tape. And let's hope that doesn't look too crazy. Listen to old school hip hop, watch old school hip hop, research old school hip hop, talk about old school hip hop, blah, blah, blah. And there's another design, quick and easy. I want you guys to, do your best, use the chat GPT, use the top sellers, and see what's selling really good and how you can use things that are selling right now and incorporate that into this design so then you can make a sale. This can be in so many niches, y'all. I'm telling you, power templates, this is the way to go. So I hope y'all enjoyed everything I showed you. If you got any value, please like and subscribe. If you haven't signed up for the email list to get these templates, please do so. There will never be spam, I promise you. So until the next one, I'll see y'all later.